Welcome to yet another episode of How to Use a Word Online. In today's episode, we'll be learning about how to use the style feature of the Word, and also we'll be learning more about how to use the document headers and how to format it according to multiple level of headers, and use that headers to create as a navigation pan, and also how to create the table of content and how to configure it. Welcome all. Let's go directly to the session. So the first thing we are going to learn today is how to use the style feature of the Word. Okay, for that, let us start with a new document. First, let us log into office.com as usual. We can use either the previous document we have created as exercise 1, or we can create a totally new document. For the sake of simplicity, let us create a new document so that we can start afresh. Okay, as usual, we have created a new document. First thing, I'm going to change the name of it. I call it as learn styles. So the style is one of the feature by which Microsoft has given ready-made options to format your headings, your body, and other contents in a very structured way. So the advantage of using the style is in your document, if you are using the styles in many parts of the document like your header, subheaders, the title, the body of the content, the bulleted list, and everything. And later, if you are not liking the style in which the document has been created and you want to change the style, you can simply choose another style and the document will be changed to the newer style which you have selected automatically. Let us see how it works. For that, first let us create a small sample document in which like we are creating some headers and subheaders, etc. Okay, to start with, I am creating a document with the title of, okay, learn how to use the styles. Then I'm creating some subheaders like how to use header header 1, how to type the contents of the paragraph 1, and I'm going to create a subheader like subheader, we'll call it as how to use header 2, how to use header 3, etc. Now the first line, if you actually look at, is a title of the document. I want to make it as bold and I want to make it as centered. So what I'm doing is I'm going to open the styles from the menu here and select the title. If you actually look at the, now it has become bold, and with the higher font, the font size is 28. Similarly, if I choose heading 1 here, it is formatted according to what the style has represented for heading 1. Okay, let me leave this particular one. This is a normal paragraph. I am formatting header 2 and I am formatting heading 3. Okay. Now, it looks much better, right? The title is bold with 28 characters, and the next level of heading is 20 characters, 20 points in size, and heading 2 is 16 points in size, and heading 3 is 14 points in size. You can look at the size of the font on this particular box. And the normal text, which is normally the way in which like you will be typing the content of a paragraph, is with point 12. So let's learn about how we will customize this style. Okay, the heading 1, now if I see it is not bold, but what I want is the heading need to be always bold and it need to be center aligned. So I'm going to make it as bold, and then I'm going to make it as go to the paragraph and align it to center. Now, every time I'm going to type something with the heading, I want it to be looking the same way. So let me type one more text here called this is title 2, and I want the title 2. If I press the title 2 now, it will look the same, it go back to the old way in which we have already created. Now let me just revert it back. Now I have made it as bold and I made it as center aligned. I go to the title, I select the title, I right click and say update title to match the selection. Now, if I am going back to this, the newly typed title 2, and now if I select title 2, it centers and it becomes bold. Okay, so whatever we have created over here, same thing is repeating. Word online is having some flaws. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work, but you can manage it. But if you're using it with the Word desktop version, you will not have all this kind of problem. If you noticed, when I have updated the style with whatever is there in the content, now the bold which we have already configured has gone. So this problem, these are all the things, few bugs in the Word online which you can live with. Okay. In a similar way, I want the heading 1, which is appearing like without a bold or any underline here. I want to make it as bold and I want to make it as underlined. And if you let me type one more heading 1, how to use header 1. This is 2. I'm making it as header again. Now what I'm doing is I made it as bold and underlined. So what I'm going to do, select everything and update heading 1 to match selection. If you notice, automatically the next header, which is heading 1, also got changed. Okay. So this way you can format all your document with proper heading and proper fonts, everything. Okay. Now I made this header 2. Now I don't want it to be header 2. I want to make it as header 3. You just go there and change it to header 3. So it automatically changes. Let me revert back to heading 2. Now I made this paragraph. Now this paragraph, for the sake of simplicity, let me copy this to multiple times. I made I made up a paragraph with some junk text. Now the alignment of this particular paragraph is left justified. I made it as right justified or send or justified. Okay, now it looks better. Now I made a similar set of paragraph here, and I made, for example, I made it as left justified. Now what I want in this entire document, all the paragraph to be justified. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to customize the normal. Now I'm in this selection. I'm in this paragraph. Right click and make it as update. Okay. Now if I go to this paragraph and select normal once again, so this paragraph also will be justified. So by this way, you can make this entire document looking very consistent. Now, after formatting all these things, I believe that this doesn't look good for me, but I want a different style altogether. I don't want the heading to be this way. I don't want the title to be this way. I don't want the heading to be this way. Everything I need to change. If you look at the right hand side, or if you press the designer icon here, so Word displays a list of templates, a designer templates readily available for you. It already displays many things. more than 10 or so. And if you want, you can see more on this. Now I like this selection. So this way, this ABC 123. If I click on this, it will apply the design and your total document will be changed to the new style. So this is same black and blue. So let us see the other style. I press this style. If you see, your header style has become different color, your title has become different color, and your headers has become different color. All these things have changed automatically according to the style which is configured in this particular template. This also you can configure and you can customize as we have done earlier. This font looks too big for me, so let me reduce. I can go to this shrink font size and reduce it little further, and I make it bold, and I make it underline, and right click and update the font style, update the style. Let me justify it. Once again, update it. Okay. We have another title that also is changed now. So this way, it is very easy to format the document. Now, normally, like when somebody is writing a document, all the headings, it is better to have it numbered as chapter number. Okay. So how to make it a chapter number, which is like this is 1 and your heading 2 is 1.1 and your heading 3 is 1.2, like that. Let us try how to do that. So to make a particular paragraph as numbered, what all you need to do is like go to the paragraph section and open the multi-level list and select whatever way you like. So now it has become 1 point. So normally you want the one to be started right from the beginning of the paragraph. Now it is indented to the right. So to adjust the indentation back, if you see the ruler, there will be a button, left indent button. So you select the square and move to the left and keep it there. So now it will be formatted without any right left indentation. And it's quite natural for you to expect the next level of heading, that is heading 2, to be appearing as 1.1. If you go there and select the multi-level list once again, it will come as 1.1 only. But how do you change it to 1.2? That is 1.1. Select right click and go to the set numbered value. Select continue from the previous list and say OK. And then just tab it out. It will come as 1.1. So you can again configure it to the left like this. Similarly, let us see how to do the 1.1.1 for heading 3. I'm going back, select the multi-level list, selecting it, it comes as 1.0, 1 point. So what I'm going to do is right click, say the numbering value, continue from the previous list and tab out. If you tab it 2 times, it becomes 1.1.1. Okay. By introducing these particular styles, especially with the headings, heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3, the document not only looks professional, but it has so many other benefits also. So, one good benefit is to see the navigation of the document. So, on the left hand side, if you look at, like, there is a small icon called Show Navigation Pan, which can be opened either by clicking this, or you can go to the view and say navigation. If you go to the navigation and open the navigation pan, the document according to the header level is available to you. You can go directly to a particular section by clicking on it. And if you are sending this document to a user, it is easy for him to navigate through the document and view the specific sections. Okay. Is this the only benefit? No, there is yet another benefit also. Suppose any document when you are making, you may need a table of content to be created. So, how difficult it is to create a table of content for this document? It is very easy. It is just a click of a button. So, to insert a table of a content, what all you need to do is go to Insert, and you see a table of content button. Click on it, and a table of content is already created for you for your header 1, header 2, and header 3, and next header 1 which you have created. So one disadvantage you may see is the table of content and the starting of the document is continuous, but I don't want it this way. I want the table of content to be the first page of the document, and the content of the document should be the next page. So I need to insert a page break. So page break can be done in two ways. One, you go to the insert menu. The first menu item will be an insert page. You click on it, a page break will be created, or else you press Control and press Enter. So the page break will be created. Now, after you create the page break, you go to the table of content. It still says how to use the header 1 is in page number 1, but in reality it is in page number 2. How to update it? Go to the page, go to the table of content section, and if you look at the right on the top, you will see icons for update. This format option settings, as well as delete the table of content. Now if you press the update, your page numbers will be updated automatically. So you may have to, when you are creating a document, and if you are creating the table of content in the beginning of the document itself, and you keep on typing and formatting the document, you may have to come and update the table of content very frequently, so that the document content and the table of content are synchronized always. Okay, now you are seeing the table of content. And can I customize it a little bit? Yes, of course. In your Word desktop version, there will be a lot of facility to customize this table of content. But in the web version also, you have limited features. Let's see what are all the things you can do. If you click the format options, there are few options available. So how do you want the page number? Whether it is you want the page number to be right aligned, let me just hide the navigation pane so that you can see the document in full. You want the page number to be right aligned, or you want to be left aligned. So if you press the left align, the page numbers will go here. But normally, like, it won't look nice. So it's always better to keep it as right align. And between your text and the page number, there is a dotted line. I can change this dotted line to a continuous line. And the heading links in the table of content, for every chapter, there is a hyperlink already provided by default. Do you want that link to be enabled or disabled? You can configure. It's always better to be enabled. And you can configure up to which level of headings you need the table of content to be. Normally, if you are keeping it as up to heading level 9 in your document, if you have a multiple levels of documents, then the table of content itself will be running to around 5 or 6 pages. So it is always better to keep it simple. The best option is to keep up to the level 3. For our practice, for our demo, let me keep it as 2. So only heading 1 and heading 2 are appearing. If I change it to heading 3, the third level of heading also will appear. So this is also one of the very useful feature which you may have to use when you are creating a document. It's always better to have the table of content in your document. It's easy for your users. Please use it. That's all for today. And in tomorrow's episode, we'll be learning more about how to use the tables, links, inserting pictures, images, videos, and all other stuff. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow. Bye.